recently, the U.S. Supreme Court dismantled a key provision of the Voting Rights Act, the VRA, designed to prevent racial discrimination in voting and representation.
Shelby County dismantled our protective shield of preclearance, and the Brnovich case did further damage. Now Clay's gutted the core mechanism we use to fight discriminatory redistricting. The state legislatures and other map makers can essentially insulate themselves from racial discrimination claims by claiming that their primary motive was partisan rather than racial. VRA remains on paper, but in practice, burden of proof is a really difficult standard.
So I think the two foundational premises of these decisions, that discrimination is ended and that voter fraud is a substantial and ongoing concern, would actually be rejected by the general public. But work needs to be done in that regard in order to create the case for engaging in the legislative reform that is necessary at this point.
In the American mindset, I think it has been seen as the most successful and most effective piece of civil rights legislation in the history of the United States. The reframing that has occurred with respect to the conservative movement in particular is to see these forms of laws, civil rights laws, voting rights laws, as some sort of special dispensation. I don't think it's been successful, but that's been the effort.
Latinos have consistently voted 60% for the Democratic Party. The Black community, which votes 80+% for the Democratic Party. So when you are clinging to power, you don't adhere as closely to what popular opinion may be because it doesn't matter to you. You are desperately taking every step you possibly can to ensure that you remain where you are.
To the extent that we construct our politics around us versus them, it breaks up the line of accountability for decisions. It allows politicians to engage in actions that the public and even their constituents do not support because they try to paint a picture that of direness if the other side wins power.
Elected officials feel like they can act in whichever way they want, play to their extremes, target vulnerable communities. And because elections, outcomes have been somewhat preordained by rules and district manipulation, they're not accountable. So that's the huge problem here. So we're kind of shifting to two urgent battlegrounds, state level voting rights acts. Obviously, federal legislation is crucial, right? Got to continue mobilizing our members to demand that Congress pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act and a national ban on partisan gerrymandering to try to repair the damage the court's done. Supreme Court's weakened our shield, but resolve is still strong. We're going to keep fighting, keep organizing, and do right by our democracy.